Excellent progress on the others.
Question number 6, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
This question's
Order.
This question's to the Prime Minister and asks, does he have confidence in his ministers? If so, why?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, yes, because they're capable and hard-working ministers.
The Right Honourable Winston Peters.
How can he have confidence in the Minister of Land Information when the Minister advised on the 7th of this month that the Overseas Investment Office had not completed its investigation into Mei Wang and Jack Chen's illegal purchase of 4 farms, when in fact the OIO concluded its investigation on 22 December 2010, a full 10 months before Ms Wang was charged in Hong Kong?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, because it takes some time to work through those issues.
The Right Honourable Winston Peters.
How can he have confidence in the Minister when he and his department did not take legal action to get the 4 farms divested during the 10-month period when there was no stay on such action being taken, as Mr Williamson in this House has claimed?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, well, for the members' education, the farms in question were bought illegally. No approval was sought or given by the OIO or the Minister of Land Information. The illegal purchases were discovered by the government as part of another process, and is now going through a process to regularise that land. That has been held up because of the court case that's been taking place, as I understand it, in Hong Kong.
The Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order, the Right Honourable Winston
Mr
Peters.
Speaker, I am asking the Prime Minister, when there was a 10-month gap with no legal stay at all, the reason being given to this House why legal action did not take place. I never ever have insinuated that the Minister approved these 4 deals. That is the reason why the offence of 300,000 is capable of being brought against them.
Debate the issue. I'd really appreciate it if the member would actually look at his Hansard and see what he actually asked and compare that with what he just said under his point of order that he did ask, because they were different questions. The question the member actually asked to the Prime Minister was, how does he have confidence in his minister given a certain range of things? The question the member then said he actually asked was, why did this happen? Why did these things happen? Now, those are 2 different questions. If the member wants an answer to the question, why did certain things happen, then that's the question to ask, not how does the Prime Minister have confidence in the Minister, because there's so many answers to that question. And I want to be helpful to the Right Honourable Gentleman, because I've got no problem with the issue. I'm not trying to protect any Minister from being accountable, but the issue is wording of questions. And if the member asked the question he posed under his point of order, that would, I suspect, get a different answer. The Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order, the Right
This was my question. How can he have confidence in the Minister when he and his department did not take legal action to get the 4 farms divested during the 10-month period when there was no such stay on legal action being taken, as Mr Williamson has claimed? Now, it just needs a simple answer. Why did he not act when he could?
No, order. The problem is, the question the member is just, that was the original question indeed, asks the Prime Minister, why does he have confidence, or how can he have confidence in the Minister? It doesn't ask, why didn't the Minister act? And there are 2 questions there, and I'm not wanting to be difficult, but I can't be unfair to the Prime Minister. I can't say to the Prime Minister, this is what the questioner really means, you must answer it that way. The Prime Minister has to listen to the question and answer the question. And the member in his point of order raised a different question that I suspect would have got a different answer. And that's what I'm trying to point out, that there is a way to ask the question, but it's not how can the Prime Minister have confidence in the Minister.
Point of order.
Point of order, the Right Honourable Winston.
With respect, the question is about him having confidence, and I want to know why. And that was the primary question. If so, why? We were told because he's competent and hard-working. And I'm just putting up a classic case of no action being taken by him or his department, despite the assurances to the House in the past. And I'm getting no answer at all.
I'm trying to be helpful, because I don't want to deprive the member of his chance to ask legitimate questions. And I fully accept there are legitimate questions to be asked. And the member has identified the two ways to ask the question in both the question asked and the point of order raised. The point of order, in my view, asked a different question. It asked why did certain things not happen? And the member's got a right to know the answer to that question. It relates to the primary question. It relates to the answers given. I see no reason why the question shouldn't be a legitimate supplementary question. But it is a different question from how does the Prime Minister have confidence in the Minister because of certain alleged happenings. And it is a different question, and I can only ask the Prime Minister to answer the question asked, and that's my dilemma. I'm not trying to be difficult. I just can't ask the Prime Minister to answer a question that he's not been asked. The Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Mr. Speaker.
Point of order.
Who asked the Prime Minister whether or not the Minister, Mr. Williamson, approved the 4 deals? I didn't. No one else has done that. So why was that part of his answer?
We're now, though, debating the way the Prime Minister's answered by way of point of order, which is just not acceptable. It's totally outside the standing orders. And the member, I believe, can question exactly the way he wants to. He's just got to word the question so that I can then require the Prime Minister to answer it. But I can't ask the Prime Minister to answer, because where a question is how can the Prime Minister have confidence in something, there are a multitude of answers to that kind of question. I can't tell the Prime Minister he must answer it this way, because I have no power to do that. There's no way under the standing orders I have the power to do that. The Right Honourable Winston Peters.
On the question of his confidence, does the Prime Minister accept that thus far Mr. Williamson has not provided any reason why May Wang and Jack Chen were not and are not facing charges for their serious illegal actions, where each offence is regarded as being so serious as to attract a $300,000 fine?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
No.
Question number 7. Oh, I beg your pardon. Point of order?
No,
supplementary question. Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Well, on the question of confidence, what possible reason could there be for Mr. Williamson and the OIO, first, not to take legal action against Ms. Wang and her associates in the 10-month period back in 2010 when there was every opportunity to do so, or second, for Mr. Williamson to advise the New Zealand Herald, as reported on the 16th of this month, quotes, that May Wang and Jack Chen will not face charges in New Zealand for breaching the Overseas Investment Act?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, because as I said, the farms were bought illegally without knowledge of the OIO. At the time that was discovered by the government, it took some time to work out whether they in fact were illegally purchased or not. May Wang was, for instance, was a New Zealand citizen at the time, so it took some time to work their way through it. When they were confident of that, they took action.
Question number 7, the Honourable Nanaia Mahuta.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.